by step. So if you want maybe to take a piece of paper, A4 piece of paper, with a pen obviously, and if you can split the page as it shows on the screen. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And we're going to take 5 to 10 minutes to review what your current situation is as a small business owner in each 4 categories. So this is a personal work that you can start today with this exercise, but that you can carry on working later. So we're just starting this work. I've inspired myself. I did a little bit of homework for you tonight. I inspired myself with different resources online, from Small Business Britain to the local Chamber of Commerce, to put all this together in a table format. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Perfect. So let's walk through each stage. So today's exercise, look at different areas of your small business, asking yourself this question: out of the changes that I have implemented as a small business owner during lockdown, which positive ones am I going to keep or investigate or work further going forward? So we're going to focus on managing your cash flow, communication, going digital, and help. So you should be, we're going to start with the cash flow because money is king, at the moment anyway. We live in a society where we need money to function. And we're going to look at the cash flow area first. So those are a few things that you might have been doing during lockdown. You might have been reviewing your budget. Hopefully you have been cutting out any unnecessary expenses, fixed or variables, reducing any operational costs. You might have been renegotiating some supplier contracts, prioritizing necessary expenses only, and also maybe researching other sources of revenue. So all those are things that you might have looked into during those past 7 weeks. And maybe make a note of the ones that you have and others maybe, and which ones of those would you like to carry on moving forward with the lockdown. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
So for example, if I share with you very quickly to maybe give you an example, I took this opportunity over the last seven weeks to really review my small business budget, and I realized I had a lot of unnecessary expenses going out, and I started renegotiating some contracts. So this is something that a positive that has come out of all that, and that I will keep on doing going forward. Just to give you an example. Communication. So we're looking at the second row now in terms of communication. So have you been during lockdown, during the last 7 weeks, have you been keeping your customers, your clients up to date on regular basis? Have you been keeping in touch with them? Although maybe your business hasn't been running as normal, have you kept in touch and keep them updated on what was happening? Have you been looking after your existing customers, or did you just disappear? I hope not. So those are things that you might have been doing. How have you been helping them that little bit extra, if you have, over the lockdown? Is that something that you would be looking into carrying on after the lockdown, for example? Did you take this opportunity to become a leader in your field during the lockdown? Did you take that opportunity? There is still time to take that position, to be there for others in your industries to lean on you. Have you created new work collaborations? This is something that I've enjoyed very much doing during lockdown, more than usual, because I had a little bit more time. And this is something that I will carry on doing very much so. And the last one was, did you take this opportunity to join other groups, other platforms? And did you take that chance to offer to speak about your small business on those other platforms? If it's something that you have been doing, would you keep doing it as we get out of the lockdown? So moving on to, where are we? Going digital, how we're doing with time?
We're you've got between 5 and 10 minutes.
Okay, so going digital, everyone or most of the people have been going digital. Communication online, so the use of video conferencing tools and online platforms. If this was something new for you, are you going to keep on making use of those after the lockdown? You might have moved your whole shop or your whole small business online. Is that something that you're going to develop once we emerge out of the lockdown? You might have been delivering your services, your products or services online using external platforms. Will you still be doing that as we come out of the lockdown? And remember, it's never too late to start looking into all this. Creating new products or services over the last 7 weeks. This is something that I have done. I have come up with new services during those 7 weeks, which were more tailored with the emerging needs of small business owners. And this is something that I will keep doing. So ask yourselves as well, out of all those and more, which ones will you keep and maybe develop? So we're now on the last section, which is help for small businesses and business owners. It's been very tough for small business owners and self-employed people. Make sure that you make use of all the help out there. I think Nick mentioned earlier to get in touch with professionals, experts in their field to guide you with the government help, accountants, financial planners, should be yes, I said accountants already. They're on top of my list. So yes, do get in touch with professionals and experts to help you out. Self-employed people, check your eligibility online. Contact HMRC if you don't fit the mold. There's quite few emergency finance support from your local authority. If you can't get any financial help, if you're not eligible, then you should probably contact your local authority. I'm especially thinking of self-employed people here. Ask professional for help, and also get in touch with your local business associations. I have learned a lot during those 7 weeks with the help of for example, Small Business Saturday, Small Business Britain, and the local Chamber of Commerce, and also my local authority who have been delivering live sessions. So again, this was really helpful during lockdown. I didn't used to listen or follow them as much as I have over the 7 weeks. Is that something that you would carry on doing going forward as we emerge from the lockdown? I know I will. So this is something for you to think about. Make some notes, something to work a little bit more. Et voilà, that's my little exercise in 20 minutes.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Can we just give Ariane a round of applause, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Amazing, Ariane. Thank you very, very much. I mean, it's very thought-provoking, and I hope everyone... I've made some notes here of what I'm doing and what I'm planning to do. I mean, I just make notes all the time, never-ending. Notes, notes, notes. And more often than not, it's the notes that someone says, but it's also the notes to ourselves of what we should be doing. I always say to everyone that we should be running 2 sets of notes at the same time, what someone is saying and what we feel, are the notes to ourselves, from the conversation. Great. Well, look, thanks, Ariane. So, look, we've got about 7 minutes to go until we finish. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just ask some questions. And these are designed to just help us all really kind of get a little bit more into how we can maximize this time in the lockdown, and also how we can make a brilliant exit from the lockdown into a fighting spirit of excellence in everything that we do. So let's just, I just want to ask some questions. And what I'm not going to ask everybody the question, but what I'm actually going to do, I'm just going to ask a question, and I would ask a couple of people just to volunteer who would like to answer these questions. All right, so I'm not going to, because if I ask one person, they go, oh, I don't have an answer. But, if you've definitely got an answer to this question, please fire away, and we'd love to hear from you. Bearing in mind that we've got to keep it quite tight now. So, question 1, and this is for all of us to answer, but I'm just going to ask a couple of people to come up with their answers. Name one change that you've made in your business that has proven effective. One change that has proven effective in the lockdown. One change that has proven effective in the lockdown. Who would like to have a go? Raise your hand if you'd like to say. Okay, Ariane.
Yes, review my budget.
Review my budget. Thank you, Ariane. Review my budget. Great. Who else?
I'll go as well.
Yep.
I've set my Qigong classes online Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, so that's been wonderful. A bit like Dow, having to get used to it, and that's been very effective.
Yeah. Very, very good. All right. Everybody else writing answers to that question? All right, here we go. Next question. What new skill sets are you looking to acquire to further develop your business? What new skill sets are you looking to acquire to further develop your business? Bruce?
Become a master in my field. To become a master in the field that I'm currently working in. And also to teach, because the best way to learn is to teach.
Yeah, but let me ask you, Bruce, what particular skill sets are you going to acquire? When you say become a master in what you're already doing, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But some people will be saying, well, what would that involve? What particular skill sets are you going to learn?
To identify whatever field that as individuals we are working in, to identify what particular skill sets are required for you to be able to be very knowledgeable, and then be able to transpose that knowledge into a business environment.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Justine?
To be a network marketing professional and not just a product salesperson.
And that sounds absolutely amazing. But what skill sets are you going to acquire to achieve that?
A lot of more like self-confidence, belief in myself, exuding the posture. And that kind
So
of
where are you going to go to get those skills?
from the leaders within the industry.
Leaders in the industry, and how are you going to get those skills from the leaders in the industry?
Well, there's been weekly training webinars that I've been attending and actually studying and implementing and finally following the process.
Lovely. Sorry to drill down on that, but that's great, because what we really got down to there is we're going to be looking at webinars and attending webinars and talking to the people who are real experts in the field. So
Can I add, James? I'm sorry to interrupt. Practice.
Thank you, Ariane. All right, that's great. So, sorry, Dow, go on.
Yeah, I thought I'd share that I found some amazing courses on Udemy that I've been subscribing to. Sorry?
What is Udemy?
Oh, it's a massive online portal that you can spell it? Udemy.
Okay.
It's the platform that if any skills, anything you want to learn, it's on there. And there's a massive reduction in all the courses. It's really exciting. I've signed on to lots of new courses, and I've done one. And I've always thought that I'd much rather go to a class, be with people.